Hi, so I'm Kelly of Rictat, and I've got Cassidy with me today. And Cassidy did a refresher course with Rictat not so long ago. So welcome, Cassidy.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions, and really just listen to your answers around your experience with Rictat. So if you just tell us really why you chose Rictat and how you came to be doing the refresher course.
So I actually practiced colon hydrotherapy in South Africa for many years. And unfortunately, there's not as much of a sense of community there in terms of the therapists and working together and feeling like you're part of a group where you can share advice and information. So when I moved over to the UK, I was actually pregnant when I did my refresher training. So it's quite an interesting time to be doing it. But it just felt like, even though I'd done it for several years, to watch someone who is very experienced and does the training and just show you some other kind of insights and then include you in that group and that community is just a nice way to get started, especially moving to a new country where you don't actually know anyone in the industry or the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is, I think that's the key, isn't it, to have a membership organization such as Rictat that it brings you together with other therapists and other like-minded people. Um,
Yeah, and I think just meeting, a certain standard as well.
yeah, yeah, and I think that is the key, or I suppose the motto really, of Rictat, that everybody feels that they are working to a particular standard. And we always say, on our groups, there's no such thing as a stupid question. And there really isn't. It might be that you do have a question that you need answering, or it might be that you have a client who's come to visit you who has a very specific condition that you're unsure of, or you don't know how to work around. And it's more than likely someone in that group will have had experience with that particular, condition, for example. So yeah, I think it is a great source of support for all members.
Yeah, just definitely just a sounding board, get some opinions and advice, because you just can't know everything about everyone. You'll never have all the answers, and I think the only way you can really offer the best service to your clients is by going back and getting the information and then coming back to them and saying, actually, I have looked into this and this is what I found, instead of just either thumb sucking an answer or,
Yeah,
just leaving it at not knowing. I think you need to always look to kind of increase your knowledge and your, you know,
absolutely. And in terms of your future plans, obviously now you have a beautiful baby. You were pregnant when you came to see
yeah.
me, but now you have a beautiful baby, well, two children. What are your future plans in terms of the colon hydrotherapy industry?
So I'd really love to set up a practice here as well, like I had in South Africa, where I incorporate my nutrition as well. So I think because I'm still quite new to the country, it's taken me a bit of time to bed down and figure out areas and culture and have my kids because I've had two in the last 2 years. So I think plans are definitely to set up a clinic, but again, using, the support. I remember I popped you a mail not too long ago asking about machines as an example. So just having that base to be able to go to someone who knows and say, I'm looking into this now, where do I start? So that's the long-term goal, is definitely starting up a practice and going from there.
And where are you based currently?
I'm in Winchester in Hampshire.
So everyone needs to look out for Cassidy getting ready and getting
Yeah,
started in that area.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think wherever you start on that journey, whether it is, you've come to us for a refresher training and you're already trained, or whether, you've come for the first time for foundation training, or indeed, whether you're just joining one of the CPD courses, there's always something to learn. And I think my main goal when I took over Rictat was that we complete the circle, and I feel that we really do. And particularly for new students, or indeed for people like you who've changed country, there's so much to know, isn't there? So you need to know,
yeah.
right, okay, what are the rules? Where do I need to set up? Where can I set up? Can I work
Yeah,
anything
I
from
was
home?
really nervous, and I remember you helped me on my refresh course in particular about, I had some questions around marketing, because obviously the laws and regulations in the UK are very different in South Africa, where you've got much stricter marketing, advertising legislation. So as a therapist, if I was to just try and go solo and not join an organization, I think I might, end up in a bit of trouble if I posted something that I may have been allowed to post in South Africa, not knowing what the ins and the outs of the industry are here. So I think that especially was quite helpful. So yeah, and just seeing, there's so much to a colon hydrotherapy business, from supplies to marketing to clients to process, and even just council, in terms of different legislations that each council may have. So I think having access to that resource of information from the people in the community is just invaluable. But it'll probably be a slow start for me with the kiddies.
Yeah, you've certainly had a significant amount on recently with all that, but of course, it's always a blessing. So yeah, I wish you well with
Thank you.
the future. I know we'll be staying in
Yeah,
touch.
I
I'm pretty
definitely plan to
constantly in touch.
do some more training with you. I was actually thinking the other day, because I'd seen a question around enemas, and I was like, actually, I don't know. And so it would be an interesting one to look more into. And I think that's the thing, is whenever you're talking about it, there's always something you think, oh, I need to know more about that. So yeah, I definitely plan to do more training, and
Yeah, and there is
and
a
more refreshers.
plethora of CPD courses. We've sort of launched a few more recently. So it's
Yeah,
everything from, herbs and enema to colon massage to
yeah,
tolerance testing and gut microbiome testing. I mean, the list goes on, which are all great modalities to add alongside, the
oh
colon
yeah,
hydrotherapy. So
fantastic. Yeah,
go hand in hand, don't they? So, well, I wish you well. Keep in
thank
touch,
you.
and I will see you, well, again very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you,
Take
Kelly.
care. Bye bye.